In the mid-1950s, Detroit was a battlefield of power. Every year, giants like Chevrolet, Ford, and Chrysler unveiled cars that were bigger, flashier, and faster. Everyone believed only the big names could build real performance machines. Then came American Motors, a small company known for economy cars, dropping a bombshell called the 1957 Rambler Rebel. No hype, no flashy ads, just a compact silver and gold sedan with an engine strong enough to stun Detroit itself. The Rebel wasn't born to impress. It was built to prove that courage could outmuscle corporate power. And from that moment, a new chapter in American muscle car history began. One that Detroit tried hard to bury. In 1954, two small automakers, Nash and Hudson, merged to form American Motors Corporation, a newcomer in an industry ruled by GM, Ford, and Chrysler. While Detroit's giants poured money into horsepower wars, luxury styling, and endless advertising, AMC chose a different path: small, efficient, practical cars. Under George Romney's leadership, AMC became the industry's contrarian voice. Yet within its engineering halls, some believed the company would never earn true respect unless it built something bold, something that could make Detroit take notice. From that belief, the Rebel project was born. It wasn't created to follow trends, but to defy them. The name Rebel symbolized defiance, confidence, and pride, the spirit of a company refusing to accept its limitations. The car wasn't meant to be flashy or luxurious. But on the contrary, when you look at the Rambler Rebel, it doesn't look like a Rebel at all. It has no giant Cadillac tail fins, no muscular lines like the Plymouth Fury. Yet that simplicity is exactly what makes the Rebel stand out. In a decade when most American cars screamed for attention, the Rebel chose to hide its power beneath refinement, a true wolf in sheep's clothing. The Rebel was designed by Edmund Anderson, who believed aerodynamic efficiency and proportional balance mattered more than flashy ornamentation. Its compact body was clean and deliberate, yet still carried the futuristic confidence of the jet age. A low hood line, gently tapered rear, and selective use of chrome gave it an understated grace. The exclusive two-tone silver and champagne gold paint made it instantly recognizable, elegant, but never loud. Down the side ran a small yet proud Rebel 5.8 script, quietly declaring that this was no ordinary Rambler. And when you step inside the Rambler Rebel, you won't find the sporty cockpit of a Corvette or Thunderbird. Instead, you're welcomed by a spacious, inviting cabin that embodies the warmth of a true American family car. The Rebel was designed to make drivers forget they were sitting in a machine built for speed. Seats trimmed in two-tone cloth and vinyl offered just the right level of refinement, while the clean, functional dashboard featured full gauges, including a tachometer, a rare touch for a mid-size sedan of the 1950s. Power steering, a heater, and an AM radio came standard, proving AMC wanted the Rebel not only to be fast, but also comfortable and pleasant to live with. Everything inside was designed with purpose: wide rear seating, generous headroom, and excellent forward visibility. The Rebel retained the Rambler's practicality, offering plenty of space for both passengers and luggage. Beneath the modest body of the Rambler Rebel beat a heart that made all of Detroit nervous: the AMC 327 cubic-inch V8, a 5.4-liter engine developed entirely in-house by American Motors. Many often confuse it with Chevrolet's 327, but in truth, the two share no relation whatsoever. AMC's V8 was a completely independent design, tough, reliable, and delivering torque early in the rev range, making it ideal for a lightweight sedan. With a 9.5:1 compression ratio and a Carter WCFB 4-barrel carburetor, it produced 255 horsepower, a remarkable figure for 1957. Combined with a curb weight of just 3,400 pounds, the Rebel's power-to-weight ratio rivaled the era's best sports cars. Motor Trend recorded 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.2 seconds, matching the Corvette and Thunderbird, even though the Rebel had 4 doors and a family-sized cabin. The Flash-O-Matic automatic transmission played its part beautifully, offering smooth, fast shifts and handling the V8's torque with ease. It allowed the Rebel to balance both worlds, the comfort of a family sedan and the aggression of a true performance car. Around town, it glided effortlessly, yet with one push of the throttle, that 327 V8 came alive, launching the Rebel forward with astonishing vigor. But that was only half the story. Few people know AMC had even greater ambitions: to make the Rebel the first American car equipped with electronic fuel injection. Working with Bendix, they developed the electrojector system, a revolutionary EFI design at least 5 years ahead of its time. The electrojector used temperature and pressure sensors to precisely control fuel delivery, a concept that foreshadowed modern fuel injection. AMC believed it would make the Rebel smoother, more efficient, and easier to start. Had it worked, the Rebel might have eclipsed Chevrolet's fuelly Corvette as America's true technological pioneer. Unfortunately, the system proved unreliable. It struggled to start in cold weather, sensors malfunctioned, and costs skyrocketed. AMC was forced to cancel the project entirely, reverting all production cars to carbureted engines. Only a few prototype Rebels were ever fitted with electrojector systems, and today, those cars are among the rarest collector vehicles in existence. Even in failure, AMC showed extraordinary courage. While Detroit's giants played safe, AMC dared to innovate. The Rebel was more than a fast car. It was a statement of engineering bravery, proof that innovation doesn't require size or wealth, only vision. And when the first reviews of the Rebel appeared, both the media and Detroit were stunned. A 4-door sedan from a small company like AMC that could accelerate as fast as a Corvette. It seemed impossible in 1957. On the test track, the Rebel outpaced the Ford Fairlane, Plymouth Fury, and even the Chevrolet Bel Air in most acceleration and quarter-mile runs. Test drivers reported that the Rebel wasn't just fast. It was surprisingly stable at high speeds, thanks to its strong chassis and well-balanced weight distribution. For car enthusiasts, the Rebel was a dream come true. A car that could take your family on a Sunday drive, then humiliate a Corvette later that day. But for Detroit's automakers, the Rebel was a real headache. It broke the long-standing rule that only the big companies had the right to build fast cars. Despite all the headlines, the 1957 Rambler Rebel couldn't escape the harsh reality of the market. Praised by the press but ignored by buyers, production barely reached 1,500 units, far too few to sustain a high-performance line in a world where advertising budget mattered as much as horsepower. The Rebel's price was higher than most family sedans, and AMC's limited dealer network made parts and service harder to find. That alone discouraged many potential buyers. Meanwhile, George Romney, AMC's CEO, decided the company's future wasn't in speed, but in economy and practicality. He believed America's post-war market was shifting. People wanted cars that were affordable, efficient, and dependable. When Rebel production quietly ended, Detroit breathed a sigh of relief. A potential threat had vanished without a fight, without any smear campaign, or corporate sabotage. For car enthusiasts, though, it was a sad moment. A brilliant sedan cut short not because it failed, but because it dared to be different. It wasn't just a powerful sedan. It was the first brick laid in the foundation of the muscle car era. Long before the Pontiac GTO became an icon, the Rebel quietly charted a new course, combining performance, practicality, and affordability for everyday drivers. The Rebel proved that power didn't have to come wrapped in luxury. It challenged Detroit's conventions by showing that a small automaker could build a car as fast as the industry's prized sports models. Many historians now call it a car born too early for its time. Had it arrived just a few years later, AMC might have been remembered as the true pioneer of the muscle car. Technically, the Rebel established the big power, lightweight philosophy that Pontiac, Dodge, and Chevrolet would later refine. AMC engineers were years ahead of their peers, not only with the robust 327 V8, but also with the early experiment in electronic fuel injection, an idea Detroit wouldn't mainstream until the mid-1960s. The Rebel, therefore, wasn't just a car. It was a statement of American engineering spirit, a testament to innovation born from courage, not corporate size. After decades of obscurity, the 1957 Rambler Rebel is finally reclaiming its rightful place among classic car enthusiasts. Collectors now regard it not just as a fast sedan, but as a monument to engineering bravery, a symbol of a time when small teams dared to defy Detroit's limits. The few surviving Rebels are meticulously restored, wearing their original two-tone silver and gold paint and the signature Rebel 58 badge. When the 327 V8 roars to life, it's more than just the sound of an engine. It's the echo of an era when passion and creativity came before profit. Museums like the Peterson Automotive Museum in California and the Gilmore Car Museum in Michigan now feature the Rebel as an essential chapter in America's muscle car story. In today's collector market, the Rebel ranks among the rarest and most valuable AMC models ever built. An original example with its matching engine can fetch well over $100,000 at major auctions, yet its worth lies far beyond price. In the story, it tells about a small automaker that dared to dream ahead of its time. The Rebel endures not just as a symbol of power, but as a testament to American innovation and resolve. Every restored car stands as a reminder that some legends don't need to win to be remembered forever. If you're a classic car lover, the 1957 Rambler Rebel probably touched something deep within you, not because of its looks, but because of its fearless spirit. It reminds us that American automotive history wasn't just written by the winners, but by those who dared to dream differently. So if the Rebel's story moved you, tell us in the comments. Do you believe it deserves to be called America's first true muscle car? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because more stories about Detroit's forgotten legends are on the way. The machines that once made America stop and stare. Let's keep the Rebel's roar alive, a reminder that true passion never fades.